And that is probably one of the grossest things you're going to see today, and that's my toilet. Welcome back! It's Hannah, this is Chore With Me, and today we're going to be doing an epic toilet clean. And by epic, I mean like we're taking the lid off. That's how serious this is. In just glancing at the toilet, it might not actually seem that dirty, but there are parts of this toilet that I feel like I haven't cleaned in basically forever, so it's time. Until about a week or so ago, I had absolutely no idea how to remove a toilet lid, but I figured it out and I'm going to show you how to do it today. And trust me, you're going to want to do it because there's some nastiness back there. Obviously, every toilet is a little bit different, but the principle of how the lid goes on is pretty much the same for every toilet. So I grabbed a screwdriver with a flat head, and that helped me pop these little things open, which, oh, that's disgusting. So once you've opened those little flaps and you find where the screws are that hold your toilet down, you're going to want to look under your toilet and you're going to see how the screw goes through the toilet, and there's going to be that plastic bolt or kind of like a nut that keeps it in place and keeps it tight up against the toilet. Also, forgive my lack of correct terminology when referencing these mechanical types of things. I don't know anything about mechanics, so I'm probably using the wrong terms, but you get by the video what it is I'm actually referring to. So then I use the screwdriver to loosen the bolts on both sides. Once you've loosened both of those, you can go ahead and look under your toilet and you're going to notice everything isn't snug up against the toilet anymore. So then you're going to be able to grab that bolt and you're going to be able to twist it until it comes completely off, and then you can grab the bolt out of the toilet. I actually found that by using the screwdriver and putting it into the screw and holding it tight, I was able to move the bolt off a lot easier. Otherwise, the screw just kind of moved around and it was taking a lot longer. Okay, so there we go. We got the screws / bolts, whatever you call them, out, and they look to be in pretty good condition, just a little dirty. So I set those on top of the toilet on a paper towel so they hopefully wouldn't roll anywhere and that I wouldn't lose them. And now for the big reveal, the moment we've all been waiting for. I remove the toilet seat. And wow, that is disgusting. I really hope you're not having a snack while you're watching this, but it's toilet cleaning, so I'm assuming you assumed it would be disgusting. Next, I'm going to start with some Lysol wipes and just give this toilet a quick wipe down just to get rid of some of that nastiness. And surprisingly, all that gross stuff seemed to come off really easily, so that kind of made me feel a little better, like it hasn't been there for that long that it's crusted on. This is really gross and I'm actually embarrassed that I'm putting this online, but let's get real. Most of our toilets probably look like this if we don't clean them on the regular, so, you know. And after that's all wiped down, we're just gonna flush that memory away and pretend it didn't happen. And I'm already feeling a little better watching that disappear. So next I decided I'm gonna give the toilet seat a serious bath with a bunch of bleach in it because we wanna just disinfect that thing. But before we start the bath, I'm just going to rinse it off because there's a bunch of yucky, nasty stuff on there, so let's get rid of that first and then do the bath second. And just doing that rinse with hot water took a lot of the caked on stuff that was there right off. And it is bath time, so let's get that hot water running, let's fill up that tub and get this thing disinfected. I didn't measure the bleach, I just poured a bunch of it in because it's a toilet. Could you ever use too much bleach on a toilet? I don't think so. And then I added some soap too because for some reason in my mind you have to add soap to get things clean. I don't know if this is even a good combination, but it seemed to work out okay. Nothing blew up. Then I added in all the bits and pieces and we're going to let all that sit and disinfect for a while. And there it is, looking happy and having a good time in the hot water. And then I spent the next 30 minutes scrubbing down the toilet, and we're gonna fast forward through that because that's kinda boring, but very necessary. is over, toilet. Let's get you out and cleaned up. I'm also going to use a toothbrush and scrub everything down just to make sure it's extra clean. And clearly I was having a really hard time picking up that plug because I kept dropping it. And one last rinse, and then it's ready to be dried. Thanks for the cough, husband. Like I said, and now I'm going to dry it off. And put it back together. Hopefully. Look how incredibly clean this part of the toilet is. I'm very happy it came out looking like this. And now it's time to put everything back together. So while I was busy cleaning, someone was busy chewing. Now you wouldn't happen to know anything about this glove with the hole in now, would you, Layla? Yeah, I didn't think you'd do something like that. And now I'm hoping I'm going to be able to put the lid back on the toilet. And once the lid is on, I'm just going to give it a bit of a wiggle and make sure that it's actually secure, so when someone sits down, you know, they don't wiggle all over. I also realized I had to turn the screw the other way to get the little flap closed. Okay, come on, Hannah, it isn't that hard. There we go.